Hi guys, it's Angie Bell with My Fairy Treasures. We are going to do a garden tour today. We're going to do a lot, okay? We're going to do a garden tour. At the same time, it's going to be a plant haul while I'm doing the garden tour, because a lot of the plants I got, I already planted. And Star Nursery is having a really good sale, like a sale and a clearance. So I'm doing this right now so you guys can go out to Star Nursery, if you have a Star Nursery in your state, and go take advantage of all these plants on sale and on clearance. So we're going to do that first. Then after that, I'm going to do a plant haul with you sitting here at this table. I have a bunch of plants around me that I just got more plants. Oh my God, I got to stop buying plants. But the sale and clearance is really good at Star Nursery, so I can't help myself. So after I do after I do the garden tour and the plant haul at the same time, because they're in the ground, we'll come back to this table and I'll show you all the plants that aren't in the ground yet, and we'll do a plant haul, okay? And everything's on sale or deep clearance. Then also, Hobby Lobby is having their spring clearance, so I got a bunch of stuff for the garden from there. Everything is either 50 or 75% off. So I will show you all the stuff I got there for my garden. And right now it's 50 to 75%. Probably by next week or the week after that, it's all going to be 75. And that's what I'm really waiting for, okay? Because things get dirt cheap at 75%. So, but even at the prices now, it's still pretty good. All right, so we will now, what we'll do now is we'll go ahead and pause this, and we'll do the garden tour / garden haul first, and do that. So I'll see you in the garden. All right, you guys, so now in this little section of the video, I want to show you guys a plant haul. This is just, I'm not going to walk around and show you the garden. I'm just going to do pure plant haul. Well, sorry, it's a plant haul and Hobby Lobby garden clearance haul that I got with a bunch of really cool stuff. You guys, right now they're doing their spring clearance at Hobby Lobby, 50 to 75% off. Right now it's 50 to 75. Pretty soon the 75% is going to come, and I can't wait till then. So let's start out with the plants. Oh, the plants I'm going to show you also are on sale and on clearance at Star Nursery. So if you have a Star Nursery, get there right now. What is today? This is around June 20th. The sale is going to be going on for probably a few weeks, okay? They always have something on sale, but they have a really deep sale right now. Deep sale and deep clearance at Star Nursery. Get over there right now. Like I said, this is June 21st, 2025. So if you're watching this video at this time, get over there if you have a Star Nursery. Star Nurseries are, I know they have them in Arizona. I know they have them here in Las Vegas. So I'm assuming they have them in a lot of places. Okay, this is a Mexican petunia, you guys. This is beautiful. Okay, let me show you. And it's already, and I'll show you the flowers, it's already blooming. These were on sale for around like $2.75 for a gallon pot. So that's a great deal. These are great for the hot weather. So these can go into like morning sun, partial shade, or just pure shade. And this is going to actually go in pure shade. And it also can be divided after a year. So once you buy these, you'll have them. I think I picked up like 6 or 7 of them. These are going to go in a big, huge pot that I'm going to paint. I'll show you that whole thing. That's going to be a whole nother little video. And it's going to go in my entryway. And these were in the shade already where I'm going to plant them in my entryway. And they bloomed in the shade. Crazy. So these are beautiful. And they're called Mexican petunias. They're great for anywhere where it's really hot. I mean, I'm sure they're great anywhere, but look at the purple. Look at the flower. Isn't that pretty? Love it. Okay, so I picked those up for, I think they were more than that. I think they're about $3.50 a piece, $3.50 a gallon, which is good. And that's a perennial. Everything I'm buying is perennials, unless I tell you otherwise. This is another plant that I love, hearts and flowers. I probably picked this up for around $2.75, $3. And you guys, this stuff is so, you can clone it so easily. You can just stick this in potting soil or in the dirt if your dirt's good, okay? Or just potting soil, and it'll root quickly. And this spreads like crazy. This likes morning sun, afternoon shade, or in pots, okay? So I'll be taking a bunch of this and throwing it into little small pots so that I can propagate this. Okay. Then this one is another, this is some more pentas. I've planted a ton of pentas. Did I plant them? You guys saw the pentas in the wheelbarrow, and I have a ton in my front yard garden, and I'm gonna show my front yard garden next week, okay? And this is a purple penta. These grow beautifully in the heat. Look how pretty they are. I have purple ones, red ones, and like fuchsia ones, and they're called pentas. Isn't that beautiful? And they get about 12 to 15 inches tall. I think they get about 15 inches tall and maybe that wide. So they're gorgeous. They're great for the front part of your garden. And to create my country garden, roses is my backdrop. Some people put boxwoods as their backdrop. You always need to kind of layer boxwoods or something. I'm layering first roses, and then some type of bush, and then the flowering plant. So that's how I'm doing my garden. And no matter what kind of garden you want, you kind of want those layers, and that's how you get those beautiful layered looking type of gardens. Okay, so like I said, I think these are going to be beautiful to create that cottage country garden. Okay, the next one I want to show you is the sweet potato vine. Now these aren't vines, these are ornamental. They're not going to give you sweet potatoes, but they call them sweet potato vines. And this is a purple one. Look how beautiful this is. Look at the leaves. Let's see if I can get, oh, that's too close. There we go. Look at those leaves. Isn't that going to be gorgeous? It's like a dark purple, black. I say a dark purple, like an eggplant color. These are gorgeous, and you can put them in pots. You can put them in as a ground cover. I'm doing both. I'm putting them in ground covers and pots, and they love the sun and the heat. Crazy. This is in that wheelbarrow. It's also, do I have it in the ground anywhere? I don't think I have it in the ground anywhere yet. But this one will go in the ground somewhere. Okay. I have plants everywhere. Just a second, let me put this over here. Okay. Let me grab a couple more plants. Oh, you know what? I'll be right back. I want to show you guys something. Okay. This is fun. I've done lots of haul videos. I've just never done a like a plant haul video. This is really fun. Okay, what I want to show you is, let me show you this first. I want to show you so much. Okay, this is another potato vine, sweet potato vine. Make sure it doesn't, the one of them I had lots of ants on it, and I just want to make sure I don't get ants all over myself. Okay, this one doesn't. This is another sweet potato vine. Look how beautiful this is. You guys have seen this in the wheelbarrow. You've seen it planted in the ground already. So I got more of it. Love it. Now, the sweet potato vine, both those sweet potato vines, whether it's like the dark purple one or the other one, you can cut them off and they root. Look, this one has, and you can root them. And you just throw them in a jar of water and just put them in front of a window. And this one is another one. And look, this has only been like maybe 3 or 4 days, and look at the roots. Is that insane? So once you have these, you can just keep producing these. These look so good in the ground as a ground cover. And then if you have it in a container, it spills over the container. There's ones I've seen where they've just had nothing but this plant, and it just billows up and out. It's gorgeous. So I'm going to be growing the heck out of this plant. You're going to always see this plant in my garden and in pots. But this right here, look how beautiful this is already. Look at all the roots in there. Can you see the roots? So I'm going to pot this up today. Get it growing a little bigger, and then get it in my garden. And I can't believe how beautiful this is. It loves the sun. Okay. Really quickly, I want to show you guys this. I got this at, oh, I didn't tell you the price of these. Again, this is All Star Nursery, everything I'm showing you. These I got, I think, for like $2.50 a piece. Both of these were like $2.50, $2.60. So the sweet potato vines were about $2.60. And look at that. It's about... All right, so what I want to show you guys is this Dr. Q's plant tonic. You guys, if you don't have a Star Nursery, ask for them for a plant tonic at your nursery. I'm sure they have it. That helps the plant when your plant's stressed out, right? When you plant it, it's called prevents transplant shock, revitalizes stressed plants, and encourages new growth. So, and it's concentrated. So it's 1 teaspoon per gallon of water. And I mix it up in a big 5-gallon bucket. So I do 5 teaspoons, and I fill that 5-gallon bucket up. And I do a teaspoon. And then every time I plant something, I pour some of this water. Concentrated water onto that plant when I plant it. And I'm planting in 100-degree weather, 104, 105, 108, and nothing. I've only had one plant die, and I think the plant was sick. So this stuff right here, you can plant in the summer. You can put it on your plants when you plant in the summer, and if they're showing stress, I know they're going to show stress, period, because it's 100, 104, sometimes 108, 110. I pour it on there right when I plant it. And also, I've been doing it, if I see it stressed out in the afternoon, I'll go and pour some on there. So, even if I'm not going to plant in the summertime, when I plant in the spring or the fall, I'm still going to use this. This stuff is great. Okay. And it wasn't cheap. It's like $10, but it's $10 well worth it. You're spending all this money on plants. You want them to grow. Okay. Then I got, and each of these plants that I've shown you, I either get like 3 or 5. I like odd numbers. So whatever you saw, I've either got 3 or 5. The Penta flowers, I've probably bought 20 of them. You know what? These were 98 cents, the Penta flowers. They were like 98 cents for a pack. Altogether, I think I picked up $20 worth of these. So, to let you know that. And this, I did not pick up 3 or 5. I only picked up 2. This is called, it's a daylily. It's a Russian Rhapsody daylily. It doesn't look like much now. I picked up 2 of these. Now, I only picked up 2 because they're kind of expensive. These were like close to $6 a pot, but you can divide these. So I'm going to plant these 2, and then I'll get free ones, okay? I might be able to get like 3 or 4 from each one, maybe more. So this I'll just keep working on and keep dividing them out and get them for free, okay? So division is really important because you can get free plants like that. Yeah, like I said, this is probably like $5, and I got only 2 of those. That's the only thing I got 2 of. Everything else I got 3 or 5. The other thing I bought a ton of was rose bushes. So, just a second, I'm grabbing some more plants. Okay, now I need stuff for this shade garden that I'm creating by my door in this big, huge pot. So I told you that in that pot, I'm going to use this right here, which is the Mexican petunias. And then when I put everything together, treat your pots like they're little gardens. So I want to have different textures and colors. The colors, for the most part, are going to be the greens and purples. So mostly green, because we're talking about a shade garden. This is a foxtail asparagus fern. Okay, and this I think I got for like $3 or $4, and it was on sale also. Isn't that pretty? So that's gonna be pretty in that pot. It's not a pot. Well, it's a pot, but it's a big, huge pot. And we're gonna be painting that pot and everything. So that's gonna be a really fun video. This is a Japanese boxwood. I think I bought 4 of these. This I didn't buy 3 to 5, I bought 4. Now, this is a Japanese boxwood. These were on sale for like $3, which is a really good deal. It's in a gallon pot. That's what the boxwood looks like. Now, the reason I got these, I told you, I don't, for my back plantings, for the back wall, it's all roses, because I want it to be a, country garden. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Because I want to have a cottage country garden. I think what looks very cottagey and country is, what is the word? Just one second, you guys. I'll be right back. Also, there's some noise, so just one second. All right, sorry about that. You're gonna still hear it. My neighbor is having their yard done. But anyway, so this is a, what did I say? Japanese boxwood. This is I'm gonna make topiaries. I am so excited about making these topiaries because, you know, I want that country cottage look. These topiaries are gonna help it. I have to use a lot of desert plants because I'm in the desert, right? But to give it that country cottage look, I'm using roses, I'm using topiaries, so different things to give that look, using plants that I can survive the summers, okay? So I picked up 4 of these. So this is gonna be another project we're gonna do together, which is making topiaries. And I'm not sure if they're gonna go into pots or if they're gonna go into the ground. I think first I'm gonna start them all in pots. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start them all in pots. And then from there, after I get them, you know, the size I want them, then I can decide if I wanna keep them in pots or if I wanna put them in the ground. Some are gonna go in the ground, some are gonna go in pots. We'll see. Okay, next thing, of course, it'll only be a second. They're using the blower. It'll go by pretty quick. This is hummingbird sage, and I think I bought 5 of these. These are going to be bushes, and these, look at, I only bought them in this little small thing. This is going to be a bush, and I always wanted a is this hummingbird? Yeah, hummingbird sage. And I have another hummingbird. Just a second, guys. Okay, hopefully that's calmed down now. Okay, so this is called hummingbird sage. I'm not sure what the color of the flower is going to be, but it wants to flower here soon. See, look at it. So I already have a hummingbird bush at the back wall. See, all the way back there with the orange flowers. The hummingbirds go on it every morning. I love watching hummingbirds. They go crazy on that plant because they have little tubular flowers. So this one, it's everything I got, like I said, is a perennial. Let's see what it says. Orange and pink tubular flowers. So again, that tubular flower is what the hummingbirds love. And so they're going to be orange/pink or orangey pink. Perfect. They bloom in the summer, which is why they have a bunch of blooms on them right now. I'm going to get those planted here soon. They grow 16 to 18 inches tall by 14 to 16 inches wide. So they're going to be a nice bush. Perfect in mixed borders, mass planting, and containers. Full sun. So these are, and they're made for my area, which is 9A and hot as hell. So this is gonna be perfect. And I think I bought either 3 or 5 of these, and I got them for a good price, somewhere between $2 and $3. So okay, so now this grass here, I have an area which I didn't show you today because I want to put these grasses in before I show it to you, and I want to lay a little bit more bark. The only thing that's ever survived in this area, it's at the end of my garden. The only thing that's ever survived there is cactus, is my aloe vera cactus. Everything else dies in there. So I don't know what's the deal with the soil, which is why I bought this pH meter. But I know that the grasses can be in really bad soil. So I picked up 3 of these, and this is called, is it pampas grass? Yeah, I think it's pampas grass. It doesn't even have it on here. Okay, but I picked up 3 of these pampas grass. and they're in gallons. I like gallons instead of 2 and 3 gallons, even though my roses come in 2 gallons, because I got to dig the holes. So I love things that come in a gallon. I know it's going to take a little longer to see the effect, but I'd rather do that than to keep breaking my back with, you know, digging a gallon hole is already a lot of work. So this is pampas grass. I got 3 of them, and they're going to go on that back wall. And then in front of all that is aloe vera cactus. And then everything is red bark, as you've seen. The red bark, you guys, Lowe's is the best place for the red bark. We just had a holiday. Was it Memorial Day? What was the last holiday we just had? Anyway, that holiday, any holiday weekend, the garden centers usually go crazy with their prices. Well, kind of. But they go crazy with the bark, especially Lowe's. I got them for $2 a bag. So I bought like 15 bags of bark. Because what I do is when I plant something, I make sure that there's bark, and I love the red bark. It keeps the ground cool. It when you water your plants, the bark contains moisture, so it also, the plants can stay nice and cool in the summer. It keeps the water from evaporating. Also, the bark breaks down and feeds the soil, so you're constantly feeding your soil and feeding your plants with the bark. So it's like natural food. If you go in the forest, how does that tree get food? It loses its leaves, it loses its branches, right? And those break down, and that feeds the trees. So if you look at nature, nature's going to tell you. So I rarely feed my plants. I just put bark, and the bark breaks down and feeds the plants and the earth. Okay, hopefully you guys are hearing me. I'm going to pause again, and I'll be right back, okay guys? Okay, let's see if we can keep going now. Don't you know, you make a video, and of course, the gardeners come to your neighbor, and, you know, all hell breaks loose. Okay, this is a rose bush, and I can't even tell you the name of it. Let me see if it needs water. No, I can't even tell you the name of it, because there's no name on the pot. Well, wait, is that a name? No, it's just, oh, it says assorted rose bushes. Anyway, most of them had names, but this one didn't have a name, but I liked how healthy it looked. The rose bushes at Star Nursery are $12. Now, to me, that's an expensive price. I used to pick up rose bushes just like 5 years ago for $5, $7, $8, at the most 10. Now they're like 20. I'm like, what? So anyway, they have these rose bushes on clearance for $12. So I picked up a lot. I probably picked up 15 rose bushes. So like I told you, I want to create that country cottage look. Well, the base of my country cottage look is going to be roses, right? I want roses everywhere. So there's a lot of buds on this one. So this one looks like it's going to be like orangey pink or orangey yellow right there. So we're going to get this planted up. It's a lot of buds on it, so it wants to be in the ground. So I picked these up for $12. Okay, that was the last plant. Okay, great. Let me put some of this down on the ground here, because I'm going to show you now. Oh, one more. I'm going to show you now a haul from Hobby Lobby's clearance. This is their spring clearance. It's the best clearance, besides craft stuff, which I love the craft and yarn clearance, because I knit and I craft. And I do art and stuff too. But their spring sale for home and garden, to me, is the best. So that's what I'm going to show you next. But before I show you that, I just want to show you this. I got this at Star Nursery. It's a pH and also moisture like monitor. Okay, so this, I think this was only like $12. I've been wanting one of these for years. I don't know why I've never bought one. I'm going to go around and test my soil, so I know what I'm working with, and I know if I'm working with acid soil, alkaline soil, especially with that soil at the end. I want to know what the heck that soil at the end is, because it's different from anything I've used. And in every section of my garden, the soil is different, so it's important to know what you're dealing with. Okay, so I got that from there. I want to show you these. These are so cute. Now, these I got. I'm going to show you everything I got this year, but these I got last year, and I had them with this stuff, so I just wanted to show you these birdhouses. this is the time to pick up birdhouses from Hobby Lobby. I probably picked these up for like $2 a piece last year. I can't, and these were 75% off when I picked them up for $2. So I'm buying some stuff at 50%, but I'm waiting till the big 75 goes. So these are at 75 last year, and I picked them up for $2. Let me see if so I picked up 2 of them. Okay? So, and there's a bunch of birdhouses there right now. I'm waiting until they go 75% off. All right, now this is the stuff that I just recently got. All right. I don't even know what's in here. Oh yeah, okay. I think I picked them all up. 1, 2, 3, 4. I picked up 4. I know they're all the same, but I don't care because I can put them in different places. Look. And I picked them up. I picked these wind chimes up before from Hobby Lobby, and the ones I picked up last time, I picked up like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They don't even barely ring, but these ones ring. So I picked up 4 of them, and they're all the same. And look how pretty it is. Isn't that gorgeous? And I think I got these for my magical price is like $2.50. No, $1.74. Look. And they were regularly, let me put my readers on. Regularly $6.99, got them for $1.74. That's what I'm talking about. When they got 75, 50% is good, but when stuff goes 75, so that's what this whole bag right here is wind chimes. So I gotta get those put up. So. Next. Okay, oh, that's the moisture meter and the directions. Okay, then this was 50% off at Hobby Lobby, and it was $21.99, so basically $11. So, see right there? This is what the tag is when you're looking for the spring collection. Half off, so right around $11. And this is a bag that I can take with me around the garden and put all my stuff in it. I'm so excited. So my gloves can go in here. I always have a knife with me. I always have like my shears, a rake, a little shovel, my Dr. Q's, whatever. It can go in my garden bag. And you know what I thought would be a cute video is what's in my garden bag. So I'm going to make a video like that. So after I fill this up, I'll let you guys see what's in my garden bag. So, that's fabulous. Then, okay, now I've already used these once, but I stopped using them because I didn't want to get them too dirty because I want to show you guys. I picked up these garden gloves. Look, and they're the long ones. That's what I'm so excited about. There we go. Let me put them on. I've never had long ones. I usually buy my garden gloves at Dollar Tree. And I've seen some gardeners with these long ones, and I just thought this is going to be so great to protect your arms. And they're so pretty. These were regularly like $15. I got them for like $7. So we got those. And I love how pretty the flowers are on both of these. Put that there. Then I picked this up. This is huge. This was regularly $31. I got it for $15. But it's well worth it because I have a project that I cannot wait to show you. This is going to go in my garden. See this tray? Isn't this beautiful? I love it. So this tray is going to go on like a pedestal, and there's going to be, we're going to work on a project that we're going to fill this with some stuff that's going to look very, very country cottage or cottage country. I cannot wait. So that will be another video, and I'll show you what we're going to do with this. What I was looking for this project was a piece of flagstone. But then I seen this, and I'm like, oh, and it's only $7? Oh, no, wait, no. What was it? 15. We're getting that. Okay. Just a second, let me bring some more stuff over. Then I thought this vase would be good, like to put like on my tables out here, or put a hole in it and put like a plant in here. Like it's, I mostly, you know what? No, actually, I got these as a part of a project. These will be outside. They're going to be part of a project. They're not going to be this color anymore. I got them for $1.49, regularly $13.99. Look how beautiful that is. And if not, I'll just put it out here as decor on my tables or on any of my little shelf over here. But I have the project that I'm going to use that tray for is what I'm going to do with these. And let me make sure. Yeah, that's this whole bag of these. I picked up 3 of them because $1.49 is a great price. Regularly $13.99. So that's 75% off. Here's my receipt that I was looking for. I was looking for this. Okay. Then I got these floral cutters, and they were $9.99. I got them for $2.49, and they were missing this here, which was the wire cutter. So all they had was the shears left on here, which is why I guess they clearanced it out for the $2.49. But so they're floral cutters, and they look really nice. And so for that price, I'm like, I don't care about these wire, I want the floral. So I got these ones for floral cutting, for trimming plants and trees and stuff. Oh, I got a few extra little things that aren't garden, and I'll show them to you guys in just a second. Let me grab a couple more things. All right, hopefully you guys can hear me because they're back at it again over on my side again. Okay, I bought this tray. Isn't this beautiful? Now, this isn't for outside. I got this. I love to eat in bed. It's horrible, but I do. So my husband, I usually, we do dinners a lot and breakfast a lot, mostly in our bedroom. We have like a little chateau, like a little sofa and he likes to sit there. And he has like a little table in front of him. And then I'm usually in my bed, and I usually have the tray. I know that's horrible, but we love it. And then we have a big screen TV, and that's where we like to hang out. So this was regularly $8.29. It was 50% off, so I got it for $4. And it's fabulous. Look how pretty it is. So this is what I'm going to use for my little tray for when I eat in bed. I know some people are like, that's horrible. Oh well. You do you, and I'll do me. Okay. I love this. I'm going to leave this out because I know where I'm going to put it. Okay. You guys already saw this. I showed you a bird bath, I think. Yeah, I showed you a bird bath in one of my gardens. And I used a tree trunk as the base and then put this on top and then put a few stones in here so the birds can perch on the stones and then drink the water. So I got another one of these. Isn't this fabulous? Regularly $8.29. I got it for like $4 at the 50% off, and they look beautiful. So love this. I'm going to keep this out because this, I have a tree trunk. We've had a lot of trees chopped back here. So I have a lot of tree trunks, and so I'm gonna put that on top of a tree trunk and then fill it with water, put the stones in, and then the birds can drink from that. So that'll be a really quick and easy, beautiful bird bath. All right, what is this? What's in here? Oh, these. Is that what the whole thing is? Yes, I picked up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They had 5, I picked up 5. These are regularly $14.99, got them for $1.49. That's that 75% off I was talking about. These little houses. Aren't they cute? Okay, now that I'm at the end, now they stop. Anyway. Aren't these cute? So I picked up, I think 5? Yeah, 5 of them. I got them for only $1.49. You guys, normally they were $14.99. So, and there's a little area in here that I could put plants in here. I could just put them as decor out here. So that's what I'm gonna do. So, and I may even paint them. I may put like some white striations on it so it just looks more, more aged. That's probably what I'll end up doing. Is putting, like, just taking a dry paintbrush, put some white paint on it, and just go over it a little bit and make it look more aged. So that's what I'm gonna do. I may even make it look more aged with like brown and copper and stuff like that. So we'll see. And I could either set them up as decor or decor with plants. So we'll see how that's gonna go. It'll be another project, and I'll do it with you guys. Is that everything? Oh no, there's. Now this is one other thing I got, and it was not gardening. It was for my crafting. So let me just show them to you real quick. This is over in the bead section. These are regularly $5.49. Got them for $1.37. Look at this charm. Isn't that cute? Excuse my nails, you guys. I've been gardening like an insane person, and I just removed my nails because they were all broken, and I'm putting more on today. So excuse my nails. Look at this one. And this is the second time I've gotten this. I got this last year. This was regularly $1.24. Or no, it was regularly, I got it for $1.24. See if I can tell you about the price. Regularly $7. Again, 75% off. It's not going to make, this is a pin, but I'm probably going to make it into a necklace. Isn't that gorgeous? As you guys see, I love turquoise, so. Oh, I got 2 of those. Cool. I picked up 2 of that one. And then I just thought these are going to make beautiful earrings. Again, look at these. Aren't those gorgeous? I got them for $1.12. Let me tell you what they regularly were. So $1.12. I'm taking the price off right now so I can see what it regularly was. I like to tell you guys the prices because that's always what I always want to know. How much was that? How much was it regularly? How much was it on clearance? Okay. Was this only $1? No, there's no way there's only $1. Maybe. $4.49. So regularly $4.49, and I got it for $1.12. Anyway, I want to make these into earrings. I bought some ear wires and everything. And the ear wires there, and any of the things you can do to make earrings there, they're like stainless steel or whatever to make it so that you're not allergic to them. I love their ear wires. Okay, and then I'm going to make these into earrings also. Look at these. Aren't those going to be gorgeous? Those would look pretty with what I'm wearing. Oh, I love that. So I'm going to make these into earrings. I got them for 99 cents only. Let's see what they were normally. Ooh, it's so much easier when I have my nails on. I can't wait to get my nails on. I feel naked. Listen to them. Quiet as a church mouse now. $3.99. And I got them for 99 cents. So those are going to make great earrings. So you guys, and this is the thing with Hobby Lobby. They're always having their clearances. So at the end of each season, there's a clearance. In January, they always have a craft clearance. Their craft clearance starts in January and goes all the way till June. In June is their yarn clearance. I love Hobby Lobby with their clearances. So I know Hobby Lobby can be a little controversial, and I won't go into it. But for their clearances, I will take advantage of their clearances because the clearances are insanely good. They're better than any other clearances at any other craft stores. You guys, so that's it. So we did a lot in this video. I did a garden tour with you. I did I showed you guys different items that I've gotten at thrift stores, garage sales, on clearance in the garden. I showed you different garden ideas, stuff I've gotten off the street. I told you, we did a little plant haul, and then we did the 50 to 75% Hobby Lobby haul. It was a lot, but the thing is the reason I want to do the haul video with showing you the garden stuff is because this is all on sale and clearance right now, and I want you to be able to go and get the stuff if you want to get it. So that is it for this one, you guys. Let me know. This is like my first garden tour and garden haul. Let me know how you guys liked it. I'm gonna try to do one a week. Okay, it probably won't be as big as this, but I'm lying, it probably will be. I don't know. But we're trying to do one once a week. I'm gonna try to do them on Sundays or Mondays. I think that'll work out, doing Sunday or Monday morning. Okay, you guys, that is it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to do so. If you can give this video a thumbs up. Comments, questions, leave them below. Let me know what your favorite thing about the garden was, or anything I bought, or any idea. Let me know. Let me know what you guys think. All right, I will talk to you guys soon. Bye, guys. Okay, guys, we're going to start the tour of my garden here. Now, I think I explained this in the introduction. This is kind of like a garden tour and a plant haul because Star Nursery is having a big sale and a big clearance on plants. And my biggest advice, you guys, is go to your nursery, not Lowe's, Walmart, Home Depot, okay? When you go to your garden nursery, they're going to sell plants that are made for your, where you live, for your zone that you live in. Also, they're going to have plants out that are good, that are okay to plant right now. Now, their plants that are on sale and clearance aren't about to die like they are at Lowe's and other places, and they have them at better prices. I'm going to let you guys know about the prices too as we go along. So just to get a nice broad overview, isn't this pretty? I just planted this. We had a bunch of palm trees here, so I just had the palm trees removed and I replanted these, and these are all from Star Nursery. You guys, this is what is the date today? I think today is the 27th of June 2025. So if you have a Star Nursery, get there now. I'll tell you about the prices of all these plants. Look at that wheelbarrow. Isn't that so cute? We're going to go in closer, you guys, and I'll tell you about the plants in a second. I just want to show you some cute stuff. Now, look at that little village underneath the wheelbarrow. Isn't that cute? We'll go in closer. Isn't that adorable? I got all that from Dollar Tree. And then over here, all right, let's start with this wheelbarrow. Isn't this just adorable? This wheelbarrow, let me back up. This wheelbarrow I got for free from my neighbor. Once people know you're like a little scavenger, they'll just bring you things. So he goes, I'm about to throw this away. You want it? I said, thank you, yes. And I knew what I was going to do is I was going to plant in it. So, look what we did. Oh, and what that village is on is a big, huge tree stump that was left, a big palm tree. So it was like a perfect little leveled little place for a village underneath the wheelbarrow, and the wheelbarrow basically is on top of that. So that's how I'm handling a problem, because how are you going to remove that stump that that village is on? You can't. So I put a wheelbarrow on top of the stump, and on that stump I used it as a base for my village. See? All right, so always try to take problems in your garden and turn them into something beautiful. So let's just go in closely. This plant here, this one, that is Ganzia. There's the, see if I can get the, I can't get that in there for some reason. Anyway, it's Ganzia, and it's beautiful. Look at that. It's beautiful. And those mushrooms, Dollar Tree. That Ganzia is awesome. especially, it's a perennial. Everything I planted, unless I tell you, is perennials. I didn't get any, hardly, only thing that I got that was annual was vincas. That's it. All these are perennials. So this can just stay in here and just get bigger, and I can divide it at some time. But that Ganzia is, everything I got, let me say this, everything I got is great for clay soil and great for heat and drought tolerant, okay? Then this is sweet potato vine, and it's in like a more purple color. Right now it's not as purple for some reason, but that can be really deep purple. This right here. And that's going to, it's a good ground cover, so that's gonna just fill every little area in this thing. Then in the back, these are pentas. Pentas are great for the heat. Okay, and so the pentas, those there, I didn't pay more than, I think the pentas I paid like $1. The pentas are in the back, okay, those right there. I paid like $1 something. These Ganzias, I think I paid $1.99. And this this right here, this vine, and it loves the heat too, believe it or not. That sweet potato vine, I think I paid $2.75 for it. Yeah, I think I paid, well, that one actually I paid $1.99, but then I found them in a gallon pot for $2.75, so I've been buying them by the gallons now. Okay, let's go to a different thing so I can show you. Okay, look at the roses. There's a rose bush there. There's 2 rose bushes there in the back. See them? Then I planted that close. Why did I do that? I don't know. Once it's fall, I'm going to move it over. Unless it likes it, because they seem to be liking each other right now. So there's 1, 2, 3. There's the 4th one. Okay? So that's going to be, and see what I'm trying to create is a country cottage garden in the desert with more drought tolerant plants. But what's going to make it look country cottage is stuff like rose bushes. And so you're going to see I have tons of rose bushes. That's my backdrop to everything, is rose bushes. And that's what you need for that layering effect, is you need something in the back, like maybe boxwoods before you, and then maybe something else in front of that, and then your bedding plants. So have layers, like have 2 to 3 different layers, and I say 3. And then ground covers. So there's 4. Here's another palm tree. Hope I didn't mess anything up. Here's another palm tree stump. And look, I did another village on there. That right there, I made into a bird bath. I got those from Hobby Lobby, these bowls. And I got them half price. They were like $4. So I bought quite a few of them because I have these bird baths all over the place. And I put that bird bath on a tree stump. I have tons of tree stumps because we've had tons of trees removed out of our backyard. Cute little bunny I got probably at a thrift store. All right, let's keep going. Oh, this just planted itself here. This is a hollyhock. Check it out. And it's the black hollyhocks. I've had them in my backyard, but this one planted itself here. And the seeds are on it, so I'm going to collect seeds. Make sure you collect the seeds from your hollyhocks. Look how tall it is. Now, see that on the wall behind it? That was beautiful. Look how it's all the way around my door and everything. That was ivy. And last summer we got to 120 and it burnt all that ivy. Before that, at 104, 106, 108, the ivy would stay. But last summer it burnt. So I want to leave the vine there. I'm going to get rid of all of the dead leaves, but I want to leave the vine there. And I'm going to take this sweet potato vine in the green and in the purple and put that over there and let it grow on that and go around the door. So that's another project for me. Okay, let me come down here and show you a few plants down here. This is orange mallow. I planted 3 of them. See that right there? That's orange mallow, and it gets orange flowers. That's orange mallow. And this is orange mallow. Okay, now those were gallon pots, and I picked those up for right around $2.75 a gallon. You guys, that's dirt cheap. Now, this is the sweet potato vine I'm talking about that's in green. I showed you the purple one. That's the green. And this is such a great ground cover, or it'll climb, and it will just spread all over this garden as a ground cover. It'll be beautiful. That's the plant that I'm going to train on that ivy that around my door that died. It's beautiful. Also, if you want to propagate that, you do it with water. You just take it, and we'll do it on a video, but you just take it, take a stem, take off some of the leaves, and when you take off those leaves, that's a little node right there. Plop that into water, and within days, you're gonna have tons of roots. So that one plant will create tons of plants. So, what else do I have here? So that's it right there. That's a sweet potato vine. And I have tons of those. I've been buying them like insane, but I'm not gonna buy them anymore because I'm just gonna propagate. They propagate in water. That is a purple lantana, which I love. That will also spread as a ground cover all over this area, which will be beautiful. I'm not sure if those two will compete or be friends, but we'll find out. If they compete, I'll probably take out the vine and keep the lantana because I love the lantana with the flowers. Now, I want to show you another success. Look at this. I'm going to show you a whole bed of lantana. Look at this lantana. Isn't this gorgeous? And this is the one that has the purple flowers. For some reason, there's not a lot of purple flowers on it right now. I'll show you another area. So this lantana has spread from here to another garden bed, and I've let it. I could not let it, but you know what? I live in the heat. It can be 115, 120. 120, not very often, but anywhere from 100 to 115. Lantana loves the heat, and it gets these purple flowers on it. And mixed with the roses, I think it looks very country cottage. Okay, and it's very easy to grow here in the desert and the clay soil. So, and that's a huge thing, you guys. Get plants. You're going to be successful if you get plants for your area and for your soil, okay? And here we have clay soil. So, now I'm going to show you another plant. This plant planted itself. There's also this lantana spread into here. So there's a lantana into it too. This right here, there was nothing here, okay? There might have been something here. This plant took over. I have no idea what this plant is, but it's obviously a native plant. I don't have a water source to it. No, I do have a water source to it now. Sometimes look in your garden and see, maybe you want to keep that plant. I'm going to show you a bunch of plants and trees that I've gotten for free that planted themselves. So now I just keep it trimmed, you know, because I have my flagstone looking, what do you call this? Well, you see it right here around my pool. So I got to keep it trimmed up off of that. But so sometimes when things plant themselves, those are natives usually. See if you want to keep them, okay? So I don't have to do anything to this. Just keep it trimmed up to how I want it. Okay, so then that lantana from there grew itself all the way over into this bed. So, and that planted too. But look how beautiful, how much green I have here. And I love it when there's some purple flowers. But there'll be more soon. I don't know why there's not that much right now. Now, in the center of this, right in the center was another palm tree that we had removed. So it's another big, huge stump. Well, I'm going to put a big pot there, and we're going to do it together. I'm going to take the pot, and I'm going to make it look like a, what do they call it? I'm going to make it look like a really beautiful ceramic clay pot that's been glazed. A glazed ceramic pot. That's what they call them. So that's going to go right in the center of there, so I'll have to move some of that lantana out of the way. And I'm going to plant a rose bush and a bunch of other plants. So that'll be a project I'll do on camera. Okay, and I'll show you how to paint the pot, doing this ceramic glaze technique, and with a plastic pot, you guys. And I'll show you the plastic pots that we're going to paint, okay? This right here, see this plant right here that's real leggy and stuff? That is one of my favorite plants, believe it or not. That is called Mexican primrose. So it gets pink flowers on it, and I absolutely love it. And I want it to spread to that little spot right there. Okay. Let me go on to my next section. All right, hopefully you guys can see this. The sun is really bright over here. That's a rose in the back that Cutter Bees got a hold of, but I sprayed it so that with some natural spray to get rid of those cutter bees, and so that should spread out. This right here is lavender in the back. I got those for like $2 a plant. 1, 2, 3. Those 2 might be dying. I'm gonna probably put salvia in here in case any of this dies. Now this is rosemary. I got these for 99 cents. Creeping rosemary. 1, 2, 3, 4. These, I don't have a water source to them because you're not supposed to water rosemary very often or lavender very often. So I don't have a soak. And oh, that's how I water everything. I use soaker hoses. So we'll see how those do. But I'm going to throw in some salvia. I don't want to fall into my pool. There's another one of those fabulous bird baths. Okay, let's go another section. Okay, here's another section of my garden. For one, my neighbor, look at this. There are grapes growing over this. I got to get a some type of trellis so those grapes can continue. I had a trellis there, but it kind of fell down. But you can see the grapes growing over. So I'm going to put a trellis there so I can borrow their landscaping. Another top tip: borrow your neighbor's landscaping. Now, see this right here? Isn't this beautiful? This is a hummingbird bush. Isn't it gorgeous? And I bought this. We have a botanical desert place here, like garden, and it tells you all the great plants that grow in the desert, and I got that from there. They have a sale every March, which I need to go to that. I haven't been to it for like 10 years. Hopefully they still have it. And you can get all these plants that grow in the desert. Anyway, hummingbirds love this. I have hummingbirds that come. This is called a hummingbird bush. It comes every morning. I don't have a water source to this. I water this maybe once every 2 weeks. Let me show you the flowers. And they're tubular. See the flowers, how they're tubular? That's what a hummingbird likes. So if you like this plant, it would probably grow anywhere. It grows in the most alkaline soil, the most clay soils. It'll grow anywhere, I believe. Hummingbirds love it. So definitely get this. I am going to, look how big it is. I am going to divide it and spread it on the rest of this wall. So this whole entire wall will have the hummingbird bush on it. So, and the hummingbirds love it. I have hummingbirds every morning come into this bush. Way better than those hummingbird feeders. Get something like this. All right, let's go to the next section. Okay, this is another garden over here. Let me see if I can step back. I don't want to fall in my pool. This is another garden. For one, there's a few important things I need to talk about this garden over here. For one, pick yourself up. Always be looking for headboards. That's a headboard that I found on the street, I believe. Whenever I see headboards, I pick them up and I put them on my garden wall so that something can grow up them, okay, like a trellis. And plus it just adds to the back wall. So I need to put something to grow up that, and I will. These cactus, interesting story. I got them all for free. At my herb store, this guy came in and said, anybody who wants aloe vera this one certain Saturday, you can take as much as you want. He had thousands, okay? I probably took 40. Now I have tons of aloe vera everywhere, okay? So this is the worst part of my yard. I bought a soil tester, which is going to be in the video. You guys will see it. And I tested this soil. I knew it was bad, okay? It eats up any compost I put in it, it eats it up. It never keeps it. It's between 7 and 8 alkaline. So I put so much stuff in here, it kills everything. The only thing it has not killed are these aloe vera cactus. So I did aloe vera cactus and of course put my wood chips. When the wood chips are around $2 to $3 a bag at Lowe's, try to get it for $2. Usually just look for the sales at Lowe's. These wood chips break down, they feed the soil, and they feed your plants. So you're feeding your plants for free, and you don't really have to feed your plants. These wood chips break down and do it. Think about the forest. How does the forest get fed? It gets fed by the trees. The trees bark and branches fall to the ground. They deteriorate, and they feed the tree, and they feed the earth. So it's the same thing for us. I learned that from somebody here on YouTube. Then I planted 3 grasses. They're really low right now. There's one. This is a pampa grass. I think that's the name of them. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. There's another one. They're very small, they're gallons, and there's another one behind there. So those will grow up probably the height of this. This garden I just put in, so give it a little bit of time. Now, I think I'm going to go ahead and throw in, I am going to throw it in, lantana and Mexican primrose. It seems like the lantana and the Mexican primrose, that's that one over there I told you with the pink flowers that look leggy, but I love it. They like horrible soil, so I'm going to throw those in here, I think. And that'll be pretty. That'll give me some flowers in between my aloe vera garden. Just as a little decor over here, let me show you. That right there was my old smoker. I'm going to repaint that and do that ceramic pot color, ceramic paint technique on that, okay? And then there'll be a plant on there. So that'll be another project for us. And then I just took some stuff here over on the side as decor. See that rusty piece? That was something, a leg of something, iron or metal, not iron, metal. And I just throw kind of stuff like that in my garden. So always be looking for things like that. Again, that's another one of those bird baths. Got the bowl from Hobby Lobby for $4, and it's on a tree branch that was cut from my yard. All right, let's go to another section. Okay, now this is a beautiful rose bush, you guys. I think it gets pink flowers on it. Look how big it is. It is ridiculous. That tarp is grass that I'm trying to kill. But anyway, look at this rose bush. I wish it had roses on it right now to show it to you. But it's gigantic. It does need to be trimmed, but I want to wait till fall to trim it. So that is beautiful, and I love it. I can't wait till I can show you when it's fully in bloom. Okay, this over here, I just planted all of this, so the plants are really small. See that rose bush in the back? I'm going to go in closer. So this is what this looks here, but let me go in close so I can show you. This rose bush right here. Okay, this rose bush was huge, but what happened was this tree right here, I'm going to go up with it. Look how big this tree is. It's probably like 30 feet tall. I don't know what it is. It planted itself there. So that's another free plant. It was a bush, and I just used it as a bush. But one day I started letting it grow and realized it was a tree, and then that's what happened. And so that's a free tree. How much would a 30-foot tree cost you and to put in? Not free. But I let it get out of control, and so its branches and everything were over this rose bush. And so that's why this rose bush looks like this. I trimmed it up, and this will all fill out. So this will fill out this whole corner, okay? Another idea I want to show you guys is whenever you see an interesting branch like that, use it as garden art. That's a pot on the ground that broke. I love to take broken dishes, bowls, plates, put them in my garden, put them in my pots. That's the other piece right there that broke. Okay, now I do not know what this plant is called, but it's very much a desert. Well, there's another one of those potato vines, which will grow in this whole area, okay? So what'll be interesting is you guys will get to see my garden all the time and see things develop, okay? So that'll fill up this whole area probably for the ground with that potato vine. Now this has a real pretty purple flower on it. Let's see if I can get back a little bit. A real pretty purple flower on it. There's 1, 2, and 3. And those will grow, and I picked up those for, I think, $2.99 for a gallon. They're great for the desert, and they'll be really pretty when I just planted them last week. So this whole little section was just planted. And then, of course, my red mulch. Some people say that the red in the mulch is bad, but my plants have liked it. The mulching is super important. It makes your garden look good. It keeps, it holds on, it gets moisture and keeps your plants nice and cool. Also, your plants can get water from the bark, and also it feeds the soil. So, just get the mulch. It does a lot. I need to get that grass out of there before it starts. So yeah, we'll be paying attention to this little section of my garden because, I just planted it, so it needs to grow. Okay, so let's go to another section. Okay, you guys, this is another beautiful section. What my garden is I've been doing gardening for probably 20 years. So, but I kind of let my backyard go a little bit because I was into my art and I was just kind of doing the bare minimum to keep up my garden. So I've ripped a lot of stuff out. So I have some stuff that's been here forever and some stuff that's new. So it's a mixture of both. So you guys are going to get to see everything develop. Okay, this little section here, let me show you this back here. This is another rose bush. See that back there that looks all leggy? That's probably going to be cut back and moved because it's between this tree and that tree. This is another tree that planted itself, okay? And it overgrew itself. So when it did that, it engulfed that bush back there, that rose bush. So when I planted that rose bush, that tree wasn't there. But these are two trees. They're 30 feet tall. They're keeping my backyard nice and cool. They were free. So we're going to keep those. We're going to remove that rose bush. This is another really pretty rose bush, but again, it was getting engulfed. It's this one right here. It's a miniature rose bush. It was getting engulfed by the branches. So I just trimmed up these trees, and so now that's going to bush out more. It used to be really nice and bushy. Okay, then let's go to this section here. That's another one of those little bird baths I made. Underneath it's a little fan of some sort that I found at a garage sale or on the streets. That's another thing. Look for things on the streets. You're going to find all kinds of really good stuff to put in your garden. See all the aloe vera? There's one there. And there's a bunch right there. Got them for free. Now this is that globe mallow again. That's going to get orange flowers on it right there. There's another globe mallow there. Okay, and those grow like 4 or 5 feet. So they're going to be big. And there's another one right there. Okay, so that's going to grow 4 or 5 feet. And back there and right underneath here is that purple, again, that purple sweet potato vine. And it's going to grow as a ground cover all over this area. So that'll be fabulous when that happens. Now, another piece of garden art. See that right there? Isn't that kind of cool? I had one of my friends, crafty friends, give it to me. She didn't want it. So again, when people know that you garden, they know that you like to collect stuff. I don't call it junk because I think it's awesome. They'll give you stuff. Something like that, if you were to buy that at a garden center, that would cost you $100. So, another top tip. Let me show you these trees that I got for free, that planted themselves. That's another tip too. Plant your yard, because if you don't plant your yard, nature will. Especially, I live in an older neighborhood. There are trees everywhere. We have tons of birds. I don't have to feed the birds because I have tons of birds. And I have lots of stuff back here that they can eat. So they drop seeds everywhere. So like I said, it's just another top tip. Look and see what's dropped. See if it's something that you like, and see if it's something that you can just go ahead and grow and have a free plant. Let me show you these trees just a second. Okay, so these are these trees. Look at this. I mean, what is that, 30, 40 feet in the air? Those were for free. I'm going to show you another free tree that I got. And they are mulberry trees. So I'll show them in a second. Okay, this is another section of my garden, which I love. We'll go in closer in just a minute. So just to show you how this all looks. Those are some pots waiting to be filled with goodies, with plants. All right, let's go in so you can see closer. All right, let's start right here. See this ladder, wooden ladder? Again, got that free off the street. Everything that's on it, that's a bird, that's a bird cage. Garage sale, maybe $1. All these things on here were no more than $2 a piece. Got that for free. It's a tree branch. Garage sale. Another really interesting tree branch that I thought was really cool. And then down here, it's all garage sale stuff. Okay, that bell actually came off of something. It was a whole bell garden art, but it broke. But I saved the bells. The rest of it, garage sales. This right here, this metal thing, garage sale. And I'm growing some cactus in it, some aloe vera. I'm going to put more in here. These they look like they're dying. They're not. They're trying to, they're rooting themselves. So that's what they kind of look like while they're rooting themselves. I'm going to throw a bunch more aloes in there, and then I'm going to fill it with bark. It'll look a lot nicer with the bark in it. So next time you see it, you'll see it with bark. But I love this idea of taking, if you find, sorry guys, I got an itch. If you find a ladder, what you can do. This over here, see that? That's a mushroom. This right here. It's a mushroom that this guy carves in California, in Pismo Beach, California. Look how cool that is. Is that everything and a bag of chips? Then that's another aloe vera cactus on some little chairs. Those are little kids' chairs that I found on the streets in my neighborhood. Then I have another pot that planted itself a hollyhock. And it's in there. But look at those. Those are little children's chairs. I saw those. I picked them right up. Here's another chair that I'm using that I got off the streets also in my neighborhood. Put a white pot full of aloe vera. And some of those are new, that one of them is new in there, one's been in there. So like I said, they look a little like they're gonna die, but they're not. The pots, these Mexican pots, I got these a long time ago when I lived in Arizona, and they were in my house, but I have other things, so I put them outside. So there's another one. And some little bunnies I got from Hobby Lobby for like $1 a piece, and some more little bunnies. All right, let's go to another section. All right, here's another section. It's right by the ladder. These are 2 rose bushes, and they're absolutely gorgeous. Look how big they are. Oh, here's that tree again. See how big these trees are? For free. Insane. So these rose bushes, and there's a big sun made out of metal on the back wall. That's gonna have to be somehow removed. So I'll probably when I cut these rose bushes back, I'll get back there and get that sun, and you guys will see that sometime. Anyway, these are beautiful rose bushes, and I absolutely love them. It's 2 of them. I would love for you to see them with when they're blooming. These are just some garden art. This is a little dog that's rusted out, which I love. Okay, that's a bird bath right there. That on an iron stand, metal stand, but the glass broke. So then I put that bowl that I found at a garage sale for like $1. It has a lot of algae in it. Oh, put stones in your bird baths that you make so that the birds have something to perch on. So anyway, I need to take the water out of there and then let it dry, and I think that'll kill the algae. All right, let's go to another. This is right next to that. Isn't this a pretty little area in my garden? Let me get in a better situation here. Okay, so here's this little part of my garden, which I love. Right here, that's another sweet potato vine, which is going to grow as a ground cover all around here. This is a rose bush that I just planted. Now, the rose bush, the sweet potato vine, I think I told you I got for like, how much? I think like $2.75. The rose bushes, any of the rose bushes that I've shown you that are small like this, I picked those up for $12. So get to your Star Nursery and pick those rose bushes up if you want rose bushes for $12. $12 used to be expensive for a rose bush, but not anymore. That's a good price. Roses are now $20. I used to pick them up for $5 to $7. It's ridiculous. Okay, so there's that. Then there's some aloe vera cactus right here, which is those free ones, and they create all kinds of babies. See the babies right there? And look at that. It's created all these babies. Okay, and then that right there is a beautiful swan. I need to put a plant in there, which I will. I'll probably put some more sweet potato vine in there and let it grow all out of that. I got that either off the street or at a garage sale. I can't remember. That right there, I don't know what it is. I think I got that at either a garage sale or off the streets. Those are some glass balls I had, so I put those in here. And then this is a pot right here that I found on the street in my neighborhood, and it was broken, which I'm like, perfect. I love broken pottery in my garden. Sorry, you guys, I have a fly that keeps messing with me. So there's that. Then this is some type of something I found on the street again. I'm always looking on the streets for things I can put in my garden. And then see right there, that's a mushroom. I carved those mushrooms. I was inspired by that big mushroom I saw that I bought in California, and I started carving them. We had a bunch of tree stumps because we had a bunch of trees taken down. So I started carving my own mushrooms. So there's another one right there. You're gonna see more mushrooms. Oh, and then here's something else. My neighbor had this by the garbage. It's a ladder. Look at that. It looks like a let me back up and I'll show it to you. Okay, so there's the ladder. Isn't that cool? I couldn't believe my neighbor, she decided to get rid of that. Crazy. All right, let me come over here. All right. That's another rose bush which was covered by this tree, this mulberry tree that planted itself. That's also 40 to 40 feet high. So that's why half of it's green and half of it's not. So that'll fill out now that I don't have the mulberry tree over my rose bush. So that'll fill out. There's that aloe vera cactus. Let me go down here and show you. There's a bunch of more little aloe cactuses. And then that's another one of those mushrooms that I carved. And then let me show you a couple more ideas. These are a couple more of the bells that were part of that garden art that I put there. Then that behind there is just from one of the it's a tree trunk, part of one of the tree trunks that was left over after cutting our trees. So if you have any interesting tree trunks, use them. Use them as bases for things, for like bird baths or whatever. You can even use as bases for your mushrooms. Those mushrooms had bases, but they rotted out. So I just let them just be on the ground. And then there's another big, huge tree trunk that I thought was interesting. So I stood that up in my garden. Now, I'm going to show you something that's not attractive, and then we're going to end it with something that's beautiful, okay? We just had, this is the free, let me show you. This is the free tree, mulberry tree, in my yard. And it planted itself here. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to, let me pause. Okay, this is the mulberry tree that planted itself. Is that insane? And it gets so many mulberries. The birds go nuts. I eat them. The birds eat them. Okay, so that's the mulberry tree. Okay, so let me show you this. The trunks right there, that's the mulberry tree I just showed you. We just had this corner cleared out. See that big lump right there? That was some more palm trees that we couldn't stand. And so that is ugly as, sin. But how I'm going to handle that is I'm going to grow lantana. And my lantana grows, I had palm trees in another area. It grew up the palm trees. So I think the lantana will actually grow over that because I had to grow up palm trees already. I'm also going to plant the sweet potato vine in this section, and I want that to grow over that and also cover the ground in here. But then we're going to plant rose bushes, you guys. We're going to plant, starting here, we're going to plant 1, 2, probably another rose bush in that corner, 3, and then 2 more over here. So I picked up 5 more of those $12 rose bushes recently. So it'll be that, lantana on the ground, and I'll probably plant other flowers in here too, but that's going to be the basis of the whole thing. So this whole area will get filled out. We'll do this on camera. All right, so now let's go to a pretty section. This is right next to that. And let me just, and then we'll go in close. Isn't this pretty over here? I pulled everything out of here. I had all kinds of stuff growing here that I did not like. And I pulled all this out and redid this just recently. Now these signs, look how cute this is. Dollar Tree, where I got both of those. The sign was a cabinet door, or all the signs you see are cabinet doors, or just pieces of wood, and I painted them and it says gardens. Isn't that cool? Oh, this is another tree that planted itself. I don't know what the tree is. It's the same as that other one, the first one that I showed you that's 40 feet high. This one's also 30 to 40 feet high. Look. That planted itself and I left it there. I love it. You need trees. Trees are expensive. So when they plant themselves, if you like where they're at, leave them and use them. Okay, so let me sit down. I think you guys will be able to see better if I sit down. Yeah. What are all these plants? Okay, in the back, the purple ones, see those purple ones? That is salvia. Those are only 99 cents a little pot. Pick those up, you guys. 99¢. Just a second, I'm gonna see what the name of this other plant. See the plant in front of it right there? Right there. Let me see what those are. Okay, those two plants that are in front of the ones with the purple stalks, those are two echinacea. They were expensive, you guys. I paid like, I don't know, $4 a plant. And they're not even that big. But I know that I'll be able, those will reseed themselves. I think you can divide those. So I got 2 of them and we'll go from there with those. Okay, next, okay, that's another rose bush back here. I planted 3 rose bushes. So that's a rose bush back there. That's right behind. Okay, so that'll be beautiful when that starts growing. That's another $12 rose bush, and there's another, I'll get to that one in a second. Then right below it, that right there, 1, 2, and then 3, and then they go all the way down. That one I picked up for maybe $2. I think I picked those up for like maybe I think they're only $1.75. Yeah, something around $1.75. You guys, it's telling you that they're good prices. And that's this one right here, okay? And that, I think that gets it gets a pink flower. It's called Mango Tango. Agatash Mango Tango. That's the tag. So that's what it looks like when it gets, isn't that gorgeous? And it gets, how big does it get? Let's see if it says, I have it right here on the thing. Yeah, 16 to 18 inches tall and wide. So that'll be beautiful. So, and then this is an ice rose plant, or rose, yeah, ice rose plant. Let me show you. That right there is an ice rose plant. That will be spreading everywhere. You can just take that, take some leaves off the stem, stick it right into some potting soil, and you can grow tons more of those. So everywhere I have that one plant I just told you, all in the front, and behind it I have the salvias. Okay, and these are all perennials. And then this right here is what? It's a lily. I only bought 2 because they were a little expensive. Rhapsody Purple, Russian Rhapsody Daylily. These were like $5, so I only bought 2 of them because I know in like a year I'll be able to divide them and get tons more. So we'll just keep dividing them and getting tons more. That right there is another rose bush, okay, that I got for $12. Look at that. Find things that you can put in your garden. Bowling ball. Another bird bath, okay? This one time's on a 4x4. That's what I had. And then I put some stones in there so they have something to perch on. So let me show you what this looks like again. Back up. Oh, and there's another one. This is another pantry door. See? And I love now that it's really gotten chipped up. It says welcome. That's on both sides. Oh, and then, so let me show you the plants. Now that we went through on what they are. Now let me show you some more garden art. That right there in the background, that's another headboard, right? Got it for free off the streets. Then that metal, coppery metal looking sign, which I love. I got that from a garage sale for a couple of dollars. Something else I got, I think from a garage sale, this right here for a couple of dollars. This little sign here I got for $1. And I gotta fill this wall out with a little bit more stuff. This is a broken piece from something. I made that into garden art. A cool butterfly I got at a garden store. And at that same garden store, I got this sun. So some things fell off the wall here, so I just have to redo that. And I have a bunch of stuff behind me. But I really love how this garden bed looks. Isn't it gorgeous? All right, one other idea I want to show you. All right, this was a library book, like little trolley. I got it at a thrift store. I'm gonna paint it, you guys, but I'm gonna paint it. I like everything look very aged, so I will do a distress finish on it. Those are some Christmas boots I found for $2 a piece at Michael's. That's a $1 bucket that I found, so those will all have plants in them. And so let me show you how I filled this out, or what I put on here. So this is just a bunch of different things. Those teacups, all these things right here have holes in them. And I was trying to start little aloe veras in them, but it's too hot. So I will start aloe veras when it cools off. And then there's some aloe vera in that little crock right there. I need to put an aloe vera in there. Or, I don't know, I may put flowers and stuff in these. But there's a little teapot. All these things I got at garage sales for no more than $2, 50 cents. Again. So bring the indoor outdoor when you can. Those birdhouses, you guys can get those right now at Hobby Lobby for like $2 or $3. I just picked up a bunch more. Actually, she didn't know what the price was. She gave them to me for $1 each. Birdhouses that look like this caliber. Is that insane? Yeah. So you guys will be seeing that in a video. So let me just end this section of the video here with this beautiful garden bed, which I love. Okay. All right, you guys, that is it for this section. I think next we're going to the haul section of this. So this was a mixture of a haul video and a garden tour because I already had planted some of the plants because I had to. So there we go. All right, let's go to the next section. Let's go to the haul part. See you in a minute. Okay, one other thing I want to show you guys. I said this part was over, the garden tour. I lied. These white chairs, these Adirondack chairs. You guys, I got these at Hobby Lobby. Right now, they're having their spring clearance 50%, but probably next week, by next week, it'll probably be 75%. This is June 28th, 2025. So visit Hobby Lobby. These chairs, let me show you the price. We're gonna come around to the other side. They, on clearance, $169 normally. See, we got them for $84.99. So I've got two for back here. And then I have two in the front. Let me show you, I'm gonna go around and I'll show you the front of them. Okay, so that's the two Adirondack chairs. Look how fabulous. If you see any junk in the background, you guys, I'm reorganizing and redoing all kinds of stuff in my yard. So just know that it won't look like that behind you. That table is fabulous. So anyway, let me tell you this first. That's the Adirondack chairs. Can you guys believe I got them for that price? Now, see my table back there? It's full of all kinds of garden decor and stuff that I'm redoing, or I have to decide where I want to put it, so that's why it looks like that. But we're not going to tour that table, but I will show you that table up close. It is made of cement, and then it's tiled. It's heavy as you know what. It had to be delivered in, I think it had to be craned in or something. I wasn't here. So it's there forever, but it's beautiful. It did cost a lot, but it was worth it. All right. Sometimes it's worth it to make those kind of investments for your garden, especially if it's something you can have forever. Okay. I want to show you, see these tables? Aren't these fabulous? Again, I got these for free off the streets in my neighborhood. Isn't that fabulous? And they're tiled. So I have those right there. So let me just show you what I have below this table is that little house and a little piece of, I love tree branches. If they look interesting, I use them as decor. That's what's on this table, all garage sale. This is what's on this table. All garage sale, pretty much. Except I think I got this right here with that Buddha's Dollar Tree. This right here I got at Hobby Lobby for like $1 or $2. Everything on here, let me come back, is garage sale. Then I got another little house underneath this one with a branch. So I love this. I just want to give you the idea. Now there's one other thing I want to give you an idea about. Let me come over here. When I looked around, I'm like, okay, you missed this, you missed that. Okay. See that bucket right there? Those are the big planter buckets that you get with big trees. I took a stencil and stenciled with white that says Farmer's Market. I got this stencil for $1 at Hobby Lobby. And it says Farmer's Market. Doesn't that look like something you would see at the Farmer's Market? And the more aged it looks, the more it chips off. I did that with chalk paint. And I'll show you how to make your own homemade chalk paint out of acrylic paint and what is that stuff? Plaster of Paris. Look that up, how to make homemade chalk paint on YouTube, if you want to do that before I can get to it. Also, this is another hollyhock that planted itself. Isn't that fabulous? And it's already bloomed, so I'm going to be collecting seed, which I'm excited about. The seeds are right like this. I'm holding my phone. See, this has a ton of seeds in it. All these seeds have already fallen out. But seeds are usually in here, but the seeds already fell out. See if I can find one. Well, I got to hold on to the phone. But that's how you get the seeds. And you get tons of them. And the black hollyhocks are fabulous. So it's the same as that plant right there with the black flowers. Let me go up to show you what those flowers look like. Isn't that gorgeous? They're gorgeous. That's the black hollyhock. And that planted itself there. And then the iron that comes out of it, that was what those bells were on. So I've saved all these pieces and I stuck them as garden art in this pot. Now, one more thing else I want to show you is this. Isn't that fabulous? For one, that tree stump has this pot on it, which use your tree stumps as pedestals. Another top tip. See? That's a tree stump. And it has that pot on there. And we're going to be redoing all my pots together because they need to be redone. So anyway, but see that stand? That had, what is it called? Oh, it's a stand. It's a metal stand. So look for metal stands, okay? When you see them for free or at thrift stores or garage sales. Those were for chimney tools. Okay, and that's why you have all these. So then I got these from a garage sale for probably $1 a piece. And so I hung them on there. So these are the things I just want to show you. Garden art does not have to be expensive. And when you find it, let's end it like this. When you find it dirt cheap like that, pick it up and it can just add to your garden and make your garden so much more original. All right, now we're going to go ahead and go to the next segment, which is going to be a haul video, a garden haul video. Okay, see you in a minute.